Violent video games have been a subject of much debate over the past few decades. Games like Mortal Kombat and Grand Theft Auto have pushed the boundaries on what is acceptable to show in video games, and have been the subject of concern of parents and politicians alike who worry about the effects of violent content in certain video games. Sari Pitanen's article, Morality in Let's Play Narrations, Moral Evaluations of Gothic Monsters and Gameplay Videos of Fallout 3, examines the morality of the choices that Let's Players make while playing a violent video game, and what influences them to make these decisions while playing. Fallout 3 is an action role-playing game, or RPG, developed by Bethesda Game Studios and released in 2008. The game allows for players to have a limited freedom of choice, since players can choose from specific dialogue choices when talking to non-player characters, or NPCs, and have the option to kill most characters they encounter, unless those characters are children, as children are invincible in the Fallout universe. The game also includes a karma system that tracks the player's choices and judges them for making good or bad choices, showing the players the consequences of their actions while playing through the game. In the article, Pitanen examined the actions of Let's Players who shared their entire playthrough of Fallout 3 with their audiences in order to examine the ways in which moral negotiations and evaluations take place in Let's Play activity, as reported in the gameplay videos. Often, Let's Players will play up their reactions when playing games, but, as Pitanen puts it, this potential performative intentionally does not diminish the importance of morality in Let's Play commentaries. It may even underline it, if players consider it a feature that can enrich their narratives and provide a way to connect with their audience. Despite the possible exaggerations of some of the Let's Players examined, the morality of the decisions these players made are unchanged. The way Pitanen evaluated the decisions of players was through examining how they interacted with specific NPCs found in the game, which she deemed gothic. These NPCs are considered monstrous by players, including a unique super mutant character and a group of ghouls that players might encounter while playing the game. These characters are called gothic by Pitanen because of their uncanny transformed human bodies that are discomforting because they remind us of human vulnerability and death, and by the injustice that they experience, which are themes commonly found in gothic novels and media. These specific scenarios were chosen due to the outward similarities of the NPCs and because of the different outcomes that the two scenarios have, where one is revealed to be a good person, or super mutant in this case, and the other surprisingly cruel. The first scenario Pitanen examined follows the Let's Player's first interaction with a disfigured and scary-looking super mutant named Fox. He is revealed to be non-violent and much more intelligent than previously encountered super mutants, which are often enemy characters. While new and inexperienced players may be wary of Fox due to the dangers that previously encountered super mutants presented, players that were familiar with Fallout 3 were much more open and accepting of Fox as an ally due to their previous understanding of his good nature and/or because of his value as a companion due to his strength when assisting the player. Thus, as Pitanen concludes, the moral evaluations of monstrous NPCs have a concrete impact on how players bond with them. The second scenario Pitanen examined is much more morally gray compared to the good-natured Fox, which are the player's decisions at the Tenpenny Tower location in Fallout 3. The location presents the player with a moral dilemma on how to deal with a bigoted group of normal humans who refuse to allow a group of hideously mutated corpse-like people, known as ghouls, from living in their community. The player has three options to solve this dilemma, which involves killing the ghouls, helping the ghouls sneak in to massacre the humans, or through negotiating a peaceful solution that results in the ghouls moving into the community, although after a few in-game days the ghouls end up massacring the humans anyway. The third option is considered the most moral option by players in the game's karma system, since the player would have no way of knowing the ghouls would kill any people, and because the player is not directly involved in killing either of the groups. The Let's Players Pitanen observed often feel betrayed by and strongly morally reject the ghouls after finding out they killed the human residents. Pitanen concluded that the analysis revealed that humor, swearing, and gossip are typical aspects of Let's Play narration that participate in the formation of moral evaluations, and hence potential topics for future research. Let's Plays offer a unique form of entertainment that is becoming more and more relevant given the prominence of video and streaming platforms like YouTube and Twitch that allow for audiences to have deeper insight into the morals and decisions of the entertainers they watch. Plays offer a McLuhan-like extension of previous media technologies like TV and radio that satiate our desires for human interaction by allowing for Let's Play viewers to interact with content creators in a way that was previously impossible. As Pitinen puts it, the examination of naturally occurring empirical data on gameplay has much to offer in seeking to understand both the meaning of narrative elements and game mechanics and their influence on the play experience, and how gaming videos, in part, construct a gaming community with a shared morality.